Hey guys, Ultra Maximus here. Give this video a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any future videos. And jump over to Facebook and like my page to upload your video links, pictures, and join the conversation there. Click on the links in the description below. Hey guys, now follow me on Instagram at Ultra Maximus Reviews and Twitter at Ultra__Maximus. Links in the description below. Oh, hey, look, it's She-Wolf. No, please help me, please. Oh, help me.
You suck.
Hey guys, Ultra Maximus back with another retro review for 31 horror toys in 31 days. And today we're going to rewind it all the way back to 1998 with a new Mutants figure from Toy Biz, and it's Wolfsbane. Now, I found this figure at my local flea market, the Emporium 31, here on the south side of Indianapolis, and she was $2, and I couldn't pass it up. I had to pick her up. If you don't know who Wolfsbane is, she's one of the new mutants, and her mutant power is to basically turn into a werewolf type of character, which I find odd. Werewolves are mystical, supernatural beasts, not really mutants. If she is a mutant, then she just kind of turns beastly, but they've always said she's a werewolf. And to be honest, it's been probably 30 years since I've consistently read the New Mutants, and I just don't know that much about the character anymore. If you do, educate me down below. They change characters all the time as time marches forward. Of course, we've just had the New Mutants movie release not too long ago, after it was sitting on the shelf for it felt like 3 years, and I don't think it did very well, but this character was in the film. I haven't seen it. Have you? Tell us about it down below. So this version of Wolfsbane is, I want to say it's the arrow launching armor one. So she came with this little armor chest piece that wrapped around her, and she had red arrows or missiles that you could fire off. And it was kind of interesting. Did not come with the figure. It was only the figure that I got, but that's okay, because this is the character that I want. Now, this is how I remember Wolfsbane. Sometimes she wore a full uniform. Most of the time she was just furry and then would have like an X belt on, something to that kind of nature. Maybe that was like an X Factor or something. I want to say she was in that as well. I can't remember. Yeah, definitely interesting. Now, this figure is very difficult to get up in this pose. You've got to put the legs exactly right to do this. One of the interesting things about the figure, she's got an actual fuzzy tail. It's like a My Little Pony tail, which is interesting. That's for sure. Sure. And she had a very bushy tail in the comic, so yeah, I get it. Articulation. So the head moves back and forth, and that's about it. This arm moves up and down. So does this arm. She can kick that far forward. Doesn't kick back hardly at all. She's got a very good single joint at the knees, and then she has a reverse knee joint at the back of the calf, much like a wolf. So that's pretty cool. Most of the time, the pose that you're going to get this character is in a kind of lurching mode, like she's about to jump or something, lunge at you. Let's see if I can get this to come on. There we go. And here we are. So this is the pose that she sits on my shelf. How how I like to put on there, because, I mean, she's kind of wolfy, and yeah, that's the way I like to pose her. So taking a closer look at the figure itself, I think this is sculpted pretty well. I like the fur, the black wash in it, the face. She's got kind of that comic-y wolf face, but she also kind of has a little bit of red lips and eyeliner like maybe a girl would. She's got the pointy ears. She's very gaunt. I like how she's hunched over quite a bit. And while, I don't know, the articulation at the upper part of the body is really not all of that great, it's pretty cool. You can even see how gaunt she is in her shoulder blades. Again, makes me think of a wild feral animal, and well, I guess that works for a wolf. Now looking at the midsection of the figure, again, sculpt is nice, very thin, very gaunt. I like the way the hands look. Very cool. She's got her little tiny wolf boobies, which is weird. Itty bitty tiny waist. The hips kind of go down. She's got the black claws on the hands, which I like, and the fur coming out over the hands. And then we've got that kind of hair-like tail coming out the back. I think that is just very, very different and very cool to see on a figure, especially one from the 90s. And finally, taking a look at the legs of the figure, again, we get that long flowing tail that's made of soft material. So reminds me of a My Little Pony. The legs, again, very gaunt. The fact she's got the really deep knee joints, and then the secondary knee joints, very cool. She's got her little paws for the feet. Now, again, it's very annoying and difficult to get her into the standing pose, but once you find that sweet spot, she stands pretty well. Just don't expect to pose her like this all the time unless you have a stand. She's better off being down in the hunched mode like a wolf. For comparison, here we have Wolfsbane with a Star Wars Black Series Ewok, another little fuzzy buddy. And as you can tell, this is a very small character. She's probably, I don't know, 5 inches tall when you get her upright. But she kind of, lurches down like a wolf, and I like that. Very thin and gaunt. Again, I like that. It's a very different character and a very cool character, especially if you're into more of the supernatural horror type of comics, which I guess is what New Mutants tried to hit on, the more mystical type stuff. Like the movie they just put out really pushed the horror theme. But I don't remember that as a kid. I remember it being more mystical and superhero-y than horror. They did delve in some of the darker things, but it wasn't pure horror, if that makes sense. So it is Wolfsbane from the New Mutants Toy Biz line, something that you want in your X-Men collection or horror collection. Well, definitely, if you are an X-Men completist, if you like the old school toys from the 90s, then this is definitely something you're going to like. This toy, I think, kind of changes from the early to mid-90s. That late 90s were getting better with articulation and sculpt. This figure absolutely has that. The little My Little Pony type tail is an interesting additive, and the fact that she gets in this kind of wolfy pose, I really, really dig. If you can find this figure pretty cheap, I think it's a pretty good pickup if you're rounding out your New Mutants figures. I know there's a more modern version of this character out there, but quite frankly, it doesn't have the same look to me, which when I look at this, this really makes me think of the old New Mutants, like late 80s to early 90s Wolfsbane, and that's what I'm about. So there she is! Wolfsbane from the New Mutants Toy Biz line for 31 horror toys in 31 days!
See you next Wednesday.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. To watch more Ultra Maximus, click on the links to the right. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and don't forget to hit the notification bell so you don't miss any future videos. And jump over to Facebook and like my page to upload your video links, pictures, and join the conversation there. Click on the links in the description below.